Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today I'm Bancroft being joined by a couple people today, and that being Jimmy, Jake, Nick, and like always, Fluff.
That is correct.
What's going on, y'all?
You just saw on the top of my head. That's a good sign.
What up, people?
And like always, there's buttons. Feel free to click them because they're there for a reason. And today's matchup is Bardock's Crew versus Android 17 and 18, which is me and Nick. And here I'm trying to figure out exactly what Bardock does because I don't think anyone's really played either one of these decks out of locals, really. Like, I know, like, you've brought it once, Nick, to kind of, like, test out, but not to actually play in a tournament.
No, never. This is the first time I've ever brought it out. I didn't have all the pieces that I was needing to build something I was comfortable with, but I had everything at this point. I've been testing a lot on Untap. I thought I liked it. It's okay. I was hyping myself up for it. You get a lot of value out of it because you get a lot of free plays with little weenies that buff themselves up. I have a thing for weenie decks, I guess, but you can do a lot. Yeah, you get a lot of value out of it. Some free plays, some good stuff. You got decent removal. You have good recursion. It's overall okay.
I did notice that, like, yeah, I think, your leader plays a card, and then, is it the 5-drop Bardock that plays a card as well? Or
So the leader, whenever he attacks, he'll play a guy with one original cost of 1, and then the 5-drop Bardock, the evolved target, he will play any Bardock's Crew from the drop area. So you have a lot of recursion. You play from your hand, you play from the drop area, you combo your stuff away, you get more value out of him because you get to play him again. So you have a lot of recycling you can do in the deck. So your hand is not as important per se, because you're most likely going to get it back. But what you draw is drawing is more key than what's in your hand. One thing that I've noticed from the deck is it has a little draw problem. So that's something I need to work on the deck. Because the leader doesn't draw on the unawakened side, only on the backside. So you're kind of stunted from the beginning. So you kind of want to awaken as soon as possible.
And that deck's very similar to 17-18, where, like, it has a way of awakening very quickly, very easily. But the cost of awakening is going down to 4 life right away.
Yeah, which is the exact same with Bardock's Crew. But it does have the alternate awaken skill. So with Bardock's Crew, if you have 3 or more mono red Saiyans on your board, you can take yourself down to 4, draw a card, and flip over. So you don't really have a lot of energy manipulation, but you do get some really explosive plays turn early on.
Yeah, and you had a very explosive turn too.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all thanks to that 1-drop Bardock guy. So he is another piece that'll play guys. Whenever he swings, you can take a life, and he will gain 11,000 power. So he's a 15k body. And then when he does damage, he has a second auto where he will restand. He will search the top 7 for a Bardock's Crew. You can play him, but neither that card nor the card you play can attack. So it's just a way to get your bond off for your little guys. And then what I do is it's a perfect evolve target for the 5-drop Bardock, so you can swing with it again, and then he can recur stuff from the drop.
Such a...
So
I was, like, going into, like, your turn too. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens, and then I'll probably force myself to awaken on my turn too, but I really didn't need to. You did it for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Which, truth be told, I don't mind. So the Android 17-18, if one of your mono yellow Android cards is switched to rest mode due to one of your card's skills, you can awaken the leader by drawing 1, restand 1 energy, and then taking life down to 4. Or I can just restand 2 energy if I have 4 or less life, which in some instances, it's better to restand the 2 energies than it would be doing any other stuff.
Restand 2 leaders have always been so very strong in this game.
Yeah.
And the fact that these Bardocks aren't unique is just disgusting.
Yeah, because those are the crit ones, I think, too.
Absolutely. So they're the promos, so they're kind of pricey. They've been coming down a little bit, but the way they work is their bond 3 with the rest of the Bardock's crew. It's either Mono Red Saiyans or Bardock's crew. It'll gain 11,000 power and crit, so a 15k crit. And whenever it swings, it'll neg a piece on the opponent's side of the board, 4,000 for every Mono Red Saiyan on your side of the field. So you get a lot of negging off. So if he did play something, I'd be able to remove it pretty easily.
Yeah. And here I'm going with the Android 20. Discard the card, discard another Android card. Search top 7 for 2 mono yellow Android cards with energy cost 5 or less. And I grab a skillless and another 20 for another search down the road. And it's just a trade, but using the Leader's Awakened side, typically the card I will pitch for that is the card I'm playing with the Leader's backside ability.
Very smart.
Well, so it's Android 16 is what I'm going to choose to play, and that one's a bit riskier. It does have the ability, because so the leader, when it plays a card on the backside, it plays in rest mode. Its auto is when it's played or switched to rest mode, restand this card, and it gains blocker. Then, my brain just went blank. Oh, and its other auto is when it's played, you search the top 5 cards for an Android card, a mono yellow Android card, energy cost 3 or less, or a unison with Pacific energy cost of 2. So I could play Android 19 to guarantee a draw, but I wanted to get 16 out to potentially push my turn 2 a little bit further and risk not getting a card.
And in my head right now, he's doing a lot of shit. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
There is so much to this deck. Like, me and Fluff were making the deck, and I was like, there's like 27 cards to this engine. Well, like, typically an engine consists of like, sometimes 12 to 16 cards, and he throw a bunch of good stuff for that color to kind of like boost that deck. No, more than half this deck is the mono yellow Android engine. And every card is like very particular what you have to do their effects.
Yeah. There was a comment earlier on, I don't remember what video it was, but it requested that I actually take a stab at the yellow androids. And I tried so hard. I tried so many different variations of this deck, and I could just never find anything that really worked for me. Where I felt like the deck best ran as just a archetype deck where you just run the archetype and nothing else. But it just felt bad to play in a lot of situations.
And Bancroft, before we skip it, can you just explain what just happened?
So I almost did it with the leader swing, but I stopped myself. And so when I attacked with the 4K blocker, I activated Battle Vegeta's Final Flash to negate the 5 drops abilities return. And then I use the android's +1, if correct, to eat it. Or, sorry, the +1 restands a battle card, and I could combo 1-drop combos for free. The activate main allows me to tap a card to eat a card, practically, or a skillless card in rest mode. So since his 5-drop Bardock no longer had its skills, I used it to eat it.
And there's no real restriction with that besides it being skillless, right?
Yeah, skillless and in rest mode.
Yeah, because when you hit Vegeta's Final Flash on it, I was like, okay. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but okay, I guess. I can't really stop it, so that's fine, I guess. But then you actually did the thing, which I was like, oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense why you did that. But at this point, my big thing is I want to get the unison out of the way. But I think I made the mistake definitely of going with the crit swing first instead of swinging with the leader. The leader is a double strike inherently, so it would have been the smarter play to do that because he can hit you with a secret rare that taps everything down.
Yeah, so combining that with first doing the power of a Super Saiyan, because you have to have an active energy to do the activate battle part, tapping your other card, drawing 1 card, and then I combo with Secret who tap 3 more cards on your side.
So at this point, I'm realizing I don't think I can really get rid of the Unison. It's kind of a lost cause, at least at this point. So I figured I might as well just go for phase, try to get some more value off my stuff. I did miss the auto on the Bardock swing, but I think we corrected here in just a second. Because it was negated, so it didn't really matter if I did it or not. But I kind of just wanted the life because I didn't really have anything in my hand that I needed.
Yeah, because when you swung, you openly said it's this. And I'm like, I'm negating, or I did whatever it was I did. So you meant to take the life, you just forgot to do it.
Yeah. And if I wanted to go down, if I wanted to take my own life, I'm gonna do it on my own terms.
Right. Only I can make me bleed my own blood.
So here I'm just gonna do some more digging. With the 17 in my hand, I think I had to charge the skillless 18, but actually during our battle, I didn't realize this at first. Both the 17, 18 for one energy tap and their yellow card or their yellow android card have their abilities just say play a 3, an 18 or a 17 with original cost of 3. This entire event, I thought I had to play it with the skillless. I could have just straight up played the 19k battle card with dual attack for one energy by tapping another android card.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until earlier today.
So here I counter with King Vegeta's Imposing Presence. I find that card does a lot of work. It doesn't always shut a turn down, but it does a lot. It really forces your opponent to think differently and just stop from just going, oh, I'm just going to beat you with everything I have, just because of the inherent neg cost that it gives your opponent's cards. So if you're on your Awakened side and they're going to swing at you with bodies, like they're going to have to think about what they're doing. Either they're going to have to combo some bits of their hand or just not swing at all. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I think it does slow you down in this turn. I don't know if you do much as far as attacking.
No, I'm going to start doing a lot of like technical stuff. Like I think I'm going to restand that 20 and then re-tap it, I think. So its auto is on play. I could just negate a 5 or less card. Doesn't matter if it's investment or not. And I think I'm going to use the +1 to restand it. And then use the leader's ability maybe to negate something else, I think, maybe. Yeah.
You guys talk a lot of shit about me playing solitaire decks. I mean, look at this.
You play actual solitaire. Shut the fuck up.
This man building a jigsaw puzzle across the table. I think I did play solitaire while we were playing this match.
Well, you had the bye, so you did play solitaire in the first round.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's lonely. It's lonely on the bottom.
I mean, you could like conversate with the homies or whatever, but you're just like that weird smelly kid that like just sits in the corner of the lunchroom and just plays solitaire by himself. Probably listens to like the Legend of Zelda OST like on his shitty like Skull Candy headphones.
And,
no, the dubstep remixes.
And just for clarification, the 18, since I did do the +1 on the Unison, allows me to combo for free. Her effect, though, you cannot activate that. You can't do it twice, though. So, but I went ahead and just combo because I was trying to add pressure to Nick and trying to get rid of that Bardock. You managed to combo out because you wanted to evolve it right away.
Yeah.
I think... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was just going to say, I think this is part of why we haven't seen a lot of this leader at bigger events. And it seems like the gameplay is very technical. So not only does it take a long time, but it's very, very mentally taxing for the pilot.
I think like in my first, I think when I got to Jimmy, I finally kind of got to a better group. But I know like in my first one, it was like, hang on, there's a lot of order of operations. I got to do this before I could do this. I got to do this before this because I got to have a card here to do this effect.
And mine's the literal exact opposite. I go, monkey go Bert.
Monkey Princer go Burr.
I mean, but as you can see, like even though I have a big board presence, like it almost doesn't mean much. just because my battle cards. I mean, granted they're 15k bodies, but I think you Nimbus this turn.
I
if I'm not
did.
mistaken.
Yeah, I Nimbus your first attack and I blockered the
so-
second.
So it's like, why am I even playing all these battle cards?
Well, you got a blocker there. Like,
But yeah, he is the Tora is a blocker, which is decent. He doesn't come into play a lot, but he's good in a pinch. But I think that's the first target you pick just because he's the blocker. So one of the things I run in the deck is Strategies Universe 7, and I found that card tremendous in a lot of stuff, especially since I've been playing King Vegeta the past few weeks. Just giving your any mono red Saiyan or just any red Saiyan barrier, it's so huge. There's a lot of stuff that just hits little guys and weenies and stuff, and just giving your barriers is big. But I didn't have it, so.
Actually, I think you did on turn 1, though.
I did. Well, it was your turn 2, I think. That's why you weren't able to.
Well,
That's why you had a Vegeta flash.
I final flashed it, yeah.
Yeah. But if I saw more of them, I would have had a little more protection. But
So here, I'm using the leader's ability to tap Android 20 to make your blocker a skillless card. And then when this card is played, as long as you or I have a skillless card, I can play it. It negates. I choose whatever, ignoring barrier, to have no skills. I can even choose my unison if I really wanted to. Or your unison in that case. Like, I thought about that earlier today. I was like, man, if I came across a blue deck who was playing like that Majin Buu, that would be a great counter to that. Because we're always talking about how like that's a big boss monster card. Right there is the counter for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. And that Android 17 and 18 is a triple striker, so that's why I defended against that, because that would have been game at that point.
You pretty much blocked it out. And since your card has no skills, after I swung with leader, playing the 19, which KOs a skillless card in rest mode.
And now my board is officially clear.
Yeah, and I think I combine the +1 to activate main to steal your other Goku, or I think I steal your Fasha, because it could be a possible combo piece.
And that doesn't have to be in rest mode, right?
Yeah, it does.
Uh oh.
Yeah, it does.
Uh oh. Skittios.
There's a misplay.
This game's officially forfeit.
Sure. Yeah. I guess it is. Yeah. Good thing
So at this point, I'm just trying to find something to do. I really don't have much. My hand's pretty low. I don't have enough bodies, so I can't really do anything. So I just play these guys. That's pretty much it, and then I pass, and then I just kind of accept my fate.
Yeah. And also if I'm correct, the 5-drop, the cards do not stand. That's why you couldn't stand your leader, if correct.
Maybe.
I don't know offhand. Let me grab mine. I'll look.
I don't know. Bancroft's out here fibbing, bro. I don't know.
And so
Good old cheat Croft.
last few cards in play, hand, Violet Rays. I mean, it's a decent play. It's the only thing I really had, but it saves myself if he wants to play more big bodies. So at this point, he's got to play the little stuff if he wants to win.
So play the 16, use the ability to put in rest mode. It negates a battle card in rest mode, but the cost is still to tap a card, and its auto resands itself and becomes a 15k beater. At least I'm just trying to add an extra pressure to you, pretty much. because you did Violent Ray and you chose battle cards. And that was just the rejuvenate from earlier. Like, oh, we forgot to move the card from underneath the card.
And never before.
Did you gain your life?
I used rejuvenate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I just felt like you've been at two. Maybe I just missed it.
Yeah, I rejuvenated it just to be safe because I had it at 6 markers. But yeah, I mean, it was still a fun game. So yeah, I took your Fascia when I shouldn't have by accident. I would have just taken your Bardock instead.
But you didn't.
And your Fascia still would have been skillless until the end of your turn.
But it would have been combo power.
It would have been combo power, you're right.
5 whole K, baby.
So, Jake,
What did it change the game?
I don't know. Jake, did you find anything out about that card?
Yeah, it doesn't lock them into rest mode. It just negates their skills.
So maybe you just swung and that was it.
Maybe I got cheated.
I don't know
I'll
if you
never
got
know.
cheated. I'll go back when I go back over and do the final editing on it. I'll double check it myself, and I'll put Bancroft didn't cheat.
Who won is going to double check. Okay.
Well, with that being said, there's buttons. Feel free to click them. Nick, got any last words?
Yeah, I like the deck. It's just a little pet project of mine. It's not the best, but it's okay. And hey, at least I played everything right.
You did take your life when after your turn. Jake, last words?
If you want to win, you have to practice. I don't have much else tonight.
Jimmy.
This is why Tanner's taken over the channel, like because we can't trust Bancroft with anything. We can't trust him to edit right. We can't trust him to play the game right. Like I don't even know if his real name's Bancroft. Like I don't know.
I don't think it is.
Fluff, you want to lead us out?
We can neither confirm nor deny that. Read your cards, know your plays, let us make mistakes so you don't have to, and as always, fluff out.